It puts a lot of pressure to the lone Grond member of NMV. Alone in a 1 versus however many peek him. Simple deletes him on the entry. NMV falls, and just like that, NAVI have secured a site. Moving forward, what's the response from Bubich? Well, he dives through this smoke. Gets ready for the initial member. Sasuko to finish the job. And for NAVI, it's an equal man count, but considering they've got the bomb site down on B, one of the hardest sites to retake in the game, it's a back and forth down to a 2-on-2 for Bit and Perfecto. This is where they have to decide if they want to up the tempo or if we're going to see them hold firm. Perfecto, there's the jump forward. He spots out both members. He can't kill them though. Switches to the knife. Knifed down by FPS. Leave it all down to Bit in a 1 versus 2. He's still got the bomb planted for him, but because of that, FPS finishes the job. And GROND, they get 1.
Wow. I mean, the fact that the bomb wasn't planted for contest the control at all. Torek actually falls right back to support Sasuko on short, and that's going to give Navi free reign of that area. But as Sasuko finds that...
Ready to leave the cross over towards Car. As they do so, FPS tapping down. Simple takes his head clean off. That's an opening that Navi going to capitalize off. Simple doubles down. Can't quite triple down as he stick down in the process. Torek abusing that as he continues to move forward, and into a 4-on-3. Navi, once again, they get a bomb plant, but GROND commit to the retake. The low HP on Simple, Electronic has to take the brunt of the force as Torek falls.
It certainly should be. So much damage dealt here, though, to Navi. They need to be careful as they actually exit the site. Of course, you've got 3 and long. They're not going to be affected at all by the bomb, but Bumich, he could have been taken down from it. Instead, he takes the gun.
It may just embolden them to push forward. As the CT smoke goes down, this should affirm to FPS this will be hit from short. Sasuko shows his position. Good for 1. Leg down onto Simple. Allows a follow-up from FPS there. Can he chime in again? He attempts to do so. Tank down in the process, but it's all that bit more pressure onto Sasuko, who eats a nade from that position. Instead, as he gets ready for the hit, he hears Bits go for that plant. He can't cancel it out. Bits doesn't stand up afterwards either. He deploys that smoke to allow his teammates to get away, and as Sasuko pushes forward, Bit spotted out. While it's messy, it's damage. In a 5-on-3, GROND have all the tools here to push forward. Electronic on the other side of this smoke does take a bit of damage, as Torek's good for 1. FPS chimes out to Perfecto, leaving it all on to Electronic. As Fadet on just 1 HP finishes the job. GROND take the lead at 2-1. Josh, is there going to be a day of upsets?
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we're in for the quick day and the quick game that we were made.
Ready. And MV to hold on to B. Through mid, Bit takes a lot of damage through that smoke there as FPS finishes the job. Sasuko boosted up as well, makes their lives even easier. ZMV gets ready for the attack from above. Fadet's good for 1. Electronic and Simple both chime in though, meaning NMV needs to go huge here pretty damn quickly. Simple to fall, and he's taken out as well. It leaves us in a 1v2, but Electronic in mid-strike.
So, no utility here. There is literally no utility. We see a smoke, a flash, and a HE. That's all they have to work with. And what a ridiculous opening there from Bit. It's a shame we don't get to see it from his POV, but wow. That's a really nice man advantage.
That's the way to secure it, isn't it? And suppose when you see people jump across on mid as well, they can't tag you at all. Over on the trigger discipline's beautiful, Simple, 2 quick kills, secures Fader and NMV, meaning for for the entirety of Navi at that, it should be another quick round. For Sasuko and Torek, saving is one of their only options, really, as they attempt to move away and as they stack up in T-spawn.
Be able to carry those 2 weapons into the next, but they're not going to have much money going off of that, or to go around that, I should say. So, realistically, I'd like to see an eco here around these.
Does he expect Torek to go back up on the angle? Instead, Sasuko pushing forward, in from mid. There's the kill.
To defend. And we're actually going to see an interesting boost here. This might work out as Bumich. Oh, he actually turns. He takes it. Torek's able to trade, so still the man advantage here for GROND. One of the M4's retrieved. The issue is it doesn't have any Kevlar behind it. As FPS picks up an AK, though, Fadet finds 1. And now a 4 versus 2. And GROND, they're making this happen. FPS from behind taking another. And a 1v4 here for Perfecto to try and pull off.
This is exactly what happens when you give the AKs to the ecoing members. They snowball. It turns into a full buy as the round develops. With 7 seconds left, Perfecto has got to go for a plant. 5 seconds left. He's out of time. Now he desperately needs to survive just so he can keep his economy level with the rest of his team. Luckily, he can.
Again, I thought that would be their chance to kind of pull away. That's just not been the case at all. I think we might continue to go back and forth here. Interestingly, Navi actually favour their T side on Dust 2.
Now, flashes out either way. Bumich lead this charge. Bumich He spot out the first player. No, he doesn't. Fadez, good for the first. NMV for the second. Doubles down. Tries to triple down here, leaving Simple in a 1v4. He falls as well. And for GROND, he's going to capitalize off this. There's the flashes. Here's the hit. NMV ready for the push. Good for one. Tries to hide. Boomich trades. Fadez gets the next say in the matter. But can NMV follow through? No, he can't. The trades, the back and forth leaves us in a 3-on-3, which does give NAVI that opening and gives them the sight. And with an AK to defend it, they do look pretty damn. First smoke going through. Bits forced forward because of it. Molly goes down as well. There's that flash. Here's that push. Fader good for the first. Trade by Bits. Simple chimes in as well. Fader in the 1v1. Bit tries to swing into him. Bits, little does he know as he hides towards window. Fader pushes forward. Fader finds him. Is there enough time? Although there isn't. NAVI, off the back of a couple of pistols, have ecoed GROND as they make it 4. They negate everything we just said. Suzuko brave to go through this smoke into the awaiting arms of Electronic. Will he shut him down? Oh. He glaives the smoke by suddenly favours the position on long. Looking to play retake on A now. As NAVI push forward, we see a player drop to CT. FPS double scope leaves him in trouble, but Historic trades onto Boomich. He falls into a 5-on-3 as NAVI slowly lose that momentum. Suzuko onto Simple means that they risk even getting a bomb plant here. Perfecto, while he does trade, all GROND have right now is to retake the site. But alright, good for one. Bit to trade. Bits in a 1v2 now. Trying to catch out the player on long. Realizes that the likelihood of the player being there is extremely high. And as he desperately tries to find the next man, his crosshair dancing all around these angles. Beautiful shot onto FPS there. Into the 1v1. Can he catch out NMV? Goes for the high ground. Catches out Bits. And for GROND, that'll be 6.
NMV, what a ridiculous clutch. A really nice headshot there. With that AUG up close, it can be so difficult. That's going to make it 6. But FPS is on an MP9 on the other side of things, so I'd say it's fairly even.
That is aggression from FPS. He just dives up from...
His reaction to that was, right, I'm just going to rush short and kill the guy mid and grab myself an AK, and that's what he does. It's almost like he literally goes hunting for a better weapon, and it's perfect. Electronic over towards long, that Simple needs to be very careful as this smoke starts to fade. He needs to time it perfectly, and he does so. Electronic taking out Torek from behind, but FPS holds true to
their T side. This is where they want to be. One of their best maps on their T side. For GROND, I would say they have a very hypothetical, Josh. Let's say GROND win this map. What does that mean for Mirage? NAVI, they're trying to stop the ball. Through the smoke, 2 quick kills by NMV there. Both of them doming the members who try to aggress. Simple, sure, he trades onto Fader. That means nothing right now. As NMV, he still survives. Eventually, he's taken down, and now we see a bit of momentum from NAVI. 2 follow-up kills, puts it into a 3-on-2. And for GROND, as the flashes go out, we see the swing from Suzuko. Bits just deletes him with that. It's
something, but as Bit comes close, takes the rifle. It's clear that Torek just isn't trying to tease anything right now. He does peek, find Boomich, that's it. They'll allow NAVI to win the round. It'll go 7-5. That is a round that NAVI had little to no equity in, and GROND certainly...
Does that bait them into Torek? We'll have to see. As he hears the bomb dropped, he knows Perfecto's coming. There's the flash. There's the first kill. Can he double down? Yes, he can. Boomich to full. Simple pushing forward, eventually able to trade. But FPS's scout chimes in, putting it into a 3-on-2. Here's the problem for GROND, though. Those kills were top mid. They can't retrieve them. For the remaining 3 members, they need to further that aggression by pushing into tunnels. FPS, he's going to lead that charge. It'll be heard by Bits, who catches out the first man. NMV to full. They know where Fader is as well. And already on low HP, means that NAVI absolutely can recover this. With Electronic flanking towards Fader, this leaves him in a very uncomfortable position.
Ooh, big kill there from Electronic, though. Fader doesn't seem to be aware of it. Now it all falls onto FPS with the scout in hand. He's deadly with it, but he doesn't connect that crucial shot. Now the smoke in place. The nade, it's good. It lands right at his feet, but doesn't do as much damage to Bit as you'd expect. And with Electronic's help, he's able to follow up.
Now, Suzuki, he'll hear this, though. He pushes forward on shot. All it takes is a well-timed flash to go aggressive here. Instead, Torek's good for 1. Bit to trade. Torek to double down. Torek makes it 3, though. Switching to his teammate's M4 gives him a chance to keep fighting. Is there a follow-through? As Electronic jumps up, Torek on for the ace now. It falls down to Perfecto in a 1 versus 4. Out from B, he's good for 1, but on 16 HP. This definitely isn't an easy situation for him. Make that 1v2. And this is actually very doable for him. All it takes is 2 well-timed shots. And, well, if his flashes can match that, then the second one goes out. He peeks forward. I think he just spotted a glimpse of Torek there. Won't matter though. They get the kill. GROND make it 8-7 round. GROND, they own this with only util on NMV. This armor on everyone else. Electronic on long, spots out the first man, doubles down, tries to make it 3. Can he do so? While it's messy, he does. Tries to reload, but Sasuke finishes the job. With that, in a 3-on-2. What's the follow-up now? With Perfecto, getting 2 flashes on his hand. Over towards Simple, dink down to 3 HP at range. With armor on, both Bit and Simple. This means that Angels definitely aren't out of the question. NMV alone, he should be able to catch him out though. And with a quick dispatchment, it makes a bit of noise. Caught out in the cross. NAVI, they equalise the data where Bits now alone in a 1 versus 4 for the site. Spots out Fader, good for 1. Turns around, doubles down onto Torek. Tries to follow through with Sasuke following up. And Sasuke does just that. We're left in a 2-on-4. Sasuke reloading to Xbox. FPS to support him. They're acutely aware that NAVI are going to turn their attention towards tunnels, and will this aggression catch out Simple? He'll hope to find him. Instead, Boomich good for 1. It's all onto FPS. Simple follows through. A quick cleanup from NAVI. And an 11th for them. A really good read from GROND to push that site, but the delay and the damage done by Bit was just too much for them. And 11-8, GROND have to head back to the drawing board as they desperately try to find another investment.
Opportunity for an AWP here on Fadet though. Fair amount of utility, but not the full belt on anybody. Bit, brilliant opening kill there through the smoke. That's the first man gone. He has taken a fair amount of damage from it, but still, brilliant early advantage. And with a minute 35 on this clock, Boomich actually able to creep his way all the way through. NMV's not ready for him at all, and that's going to be a 2-man.
Prepare themselves for a hit towards B, but instead, we see Fader, good for the first. Can he double down? The nade, while it's good, Perfecto's better. Good for 1, 2. Can't quite make it 3 as FPS trades, but FPS left in an almost impossible situation. In a 1v4, he's good for 2. But with Simple holding the cross, he needs some form of utility to at least allow him to cross, as Simple not a man he can take that chance with. Instead, he deploys that molly, spots out Boomich on the other side, but Simple through the door finishes the job. But
they're right up short.
This is a really fast hit from Fader here. He dives into CT, and he catches out Perfecto. That's exactly what GROND looked to do to give him that flair. But in mid, Bit's good for 2, responds in kind. He responds to aggression with aggression. Electronic flash through the smoke shows to GROND that NAVI too can play the fast game. And as it leaves just Sasuke and Torek alone in a 2-on-4, the plant goes down, the flank is coming towards them. And as they desperately cling to these weapons, what on earth can they do next?
Oh, nades rain in. Simple. He's able to take down Torek. It leaves it all into a 1-on-4, and there's surely no chance here. Nope, Boomich comes in, finishes off the job. With that max loss bonus and the plant going down, it shouldn't be too much of a problem for them. Wow, that defuse seemed to take a long time. I don't know if he delayed it for them to go and get weapons.
Perfecto. Best case scenario for him is staying alive, and how's that working out for him? Not very well. Hazuki is going to shut him out, and with Bit trading, sure, it helps, but NAVI, they've lost the sight. They have it, GROND. They turn it.
I looked at the utility and I said, okay, this makes sense. They've got 3 flashbangs, they've got a smoke. Realistically, you're going for a retake like that, you want an incendiary.
One running towards them. Little does he know, he's just survived by the skin of his teeth. Instead, Perfecto, he's going to have another attempt at holding this beast sight. Flashes go down either way. He's good for the first. Fader to pull. Trade not quite there as Torek and NMV both chime in. Sasuke shutting down Perfecto, leaving Electronic and Simple in this 2-on-4. For Electronic, boosted up in CT. He can catch out Torek. That makes things a bit easier as Simple's already caught out one of the
investment going into this next round. But, you know, at the start, you said, oh, I don't even expect GROND to be taking double digits in some of these maps.
Yeah.
I'm really not expecting them to pull out too much here. And from what we've seen so far, this has been incredible. This has been really, really strong from them, given the fact that this is statistically one of their worst maps as well. I'm impressed. I'm seriously impressed. It's going to be deadly. But with that smoke grenade going down, they can't wait any longer. They can't wait for it to fade. Instead, they're going to have to push right through, and that's when they funnel right into Simple. 2 kills for him. FPS able to trade it, but Electronic just playing his life right now. He knows that there's such limited time on the clock. The molly's not even going to force him out of position, and he's just going to hold true. Spots out the head, spams away. Will be able to deny the plant. No, perhaps not. Fader, he's actually going to be able to tap in those digits. The jump spot doesn't come through, but they find the kills regardless. NAVI, they'll make it 15. I am very surprised with that whiff. Electronic, that should have been a free kill for him. Instead, they give GROND a bomb plant, which whilst it doesn't seem like a lot, it gives them a little bit of extra money, and they should be able to pull out something half decent into the next.
But as that set piece goes out, here's that push, here's that assault. Bit makes a bit of noise, but it doesn't matter. Perfecto good for one, Fader to trade. It chimes in now, and with players all around, the player in mid of turret good for one. Electronic to trade leaves us in this 3-on-2. Bit good for two more. A beautiful